I'm going to show you some ideas on kitchen organization today. This is a cabinet where you keep pots and pans, kettles, bowls, and kitchen appliances. See a toaster down there. Anyway, 5 shelves. The way that I keep this in order is by having a diagram, a photo on the other side. Digital picture of exactly the way it needs to be. Shelves 1 and 2, shelves 3 and 4, and the final shelf. So then it's just a matter of having the self-discipline to put the items back, where they belong, going by the guide there. I've had this way now for 2 or 3 years, and it has worked. One of the ideas behind it is to keep the most used items on the top 2 or 3 shelves, because those are the ones you don't want to be bending and stooping all the time to get them out. Okay, I'm going to show you what I do with some of the other items in the kitchen that commonly get into chaotic disorder. One of them is spices. So I've got here the basic spices that are used fairly frequently in our household, and they're once again, there's a picture right there inside the door, so that if anybody has any doubt about where they go, there it is. No other way to organize them. I don't have any hardware or anything in here, any markers on the shelving. It's just a matter of referring to the picture and then making sure things stay in that order. And then the opposite here, I'll show you the other spice drawer. Once again, flip over here for your reference if you're not sure where they go. These pictures come out so clear that you can tell. Read the label on there, put it back where it is. Your household has to be in along on this, and if you find people not keeping them in order, you have to exercise a little self-discipline, a little discipline. Remind them where they go so they remain there for future use. And it's just handy, because the kitchen to me is a workshop, a food workshop, and these are ingredients, are materials, and your utensils are your tools. You want to get the job done, have everything where you need it so you can find it quickly, and just do the job instead of looking around for the item. Okay, what I do for utensils is just separate out the ones that I use the most. Spatula, spoons, tongs, grater, scissors, and stick with those and just organize them. What I did with this was I cut a piece of plywood out, and then I just used some hardware, some 832 machine screws and nuts. And there's a guide there. You put them in such a way, screws that is, in such a way that you move these door open, closed, tools can't move around. Of course, there's always imperfections here. The ones that you use the most are right there at your fingertips. There's the stove. It doesn't take long to put something like this together. Probably the longest time it took me was figuring out what I was going to put in there. What's really needed in there. And that's strictly a case of the items that you find most necessary to complete your dinner prep. Okay, so I want to give you a little bit of demo of how I built this and how I'm going to make a couple of modifications. As you look at this from the side, you can see I've used a variety of different sizes of hardware here, mostly 832 by 3/4 inch. That's kind of my workhorse, my main one. You can spend about $3.50 for a box of like 140 like this, so these things are cheap. One of the issues that you sometimes have with these is that some of your utensils might move around. And that's exactly what happened with this spatula here. So I have to make an adjustment. The way I do this is I'll set the implement on there, utensil on there, and I'm going to want to put one right here, the 1032 to block it. So I've got my drill bit already ready. Easy to drill through this pan. And this is just repurposed material that came from something else, but it doesn't look bad in a drawer. And I used a 1/8 inch drill bit on that. Run it through there. Now you can use lock washers on this. I haven't done it. But it would be a way to keep these from working loose. They can tend to work loose, but I consider that a minor problem I can live with. So now with the drawer here, you can see that this one's not going to move around anymore. So I shake it. I'm going to do something similar with the scissors. I had a problem with the scissors moving this way, but I don't really want to, it's too close to the edge for me to drill a hole here. So I'm going to add one right over here. Where you want to put these is usually at a juncture point, at a point where the utensil gets wider and narrower. Just kind of block it from moving. Let's see if this will work. And the paneling will just cut the size of the drawer. What this will do when it's in there is keep this from moving out. I might have to put a longer one in here that'll catch on this edge of the scissors. So on this scissors I've added a longer one. And just buy these in small boxes. Some of the different sizes that you don't use as much, just get a small box of them. This is 1.5 inches, same 832 hardware. With this longer here, what it's going to do is kind of jam that scissors from going forward. See, now the scissors, as it leans against both, there's two edges here, of course, of the drawer, and this one's going to stop it. It comes up against the plastic. It's kind of a unique solution for every utensil in here. Some simple, some fairly complicated, but again, each utensil kind of has its own solution. I use tongs quite a bit, and for this I just put 3 here and 2 up there. It'll stay right there, customized. Here's one here that I just put them wherever they're going to work. This peeler here, I've required a few extra screws in order to help it stay in place in some strategic spots, but it does work like that. What else did I have here? Well, if they have holes in them, it's a no-brainer here. You got the hole in the end, you just put one there. In this case, I put another one that would fit kind of nicely between the 2 of the openings on this spatula here, so that's going to stay right there. Sometimes you get odd solutions here. In this case, the little openings in the grater actually catch on the screws because it leans, so it's not going to go anywhere. Anyway, I'm going to put this back in case we've made our modifications. I want to show you how easy it is to clean this up too. Just get a washcloth and wipe around it, since it's completely removable. Okay, let's get it back in place. I've also made a nice photo here of everything that's in there so that anyone has any doubts can put things back in order. Okay, it's all going to stay there. I think it's a pretty good idea for organizing a drawer. And once again, I don't organize everything. I'm not a neat freak. Here down below is a chaos drawer. Items that aren't used as much, come in once in a while, but I don't want to spend the time organizing. Just pick your battles with organizing, and then you can win them by selectively placing items where you need them. I want to show you one more thing I've done by way of drawer organization. This is a food prep surface here, and so we have this drawer, and I've done it up in the same style as the one I just showed you. Silverware drawer, a digital photo, little sheet protector for reference, and then of course the commonly used utensils near this surface. So I can pull it out and use it like pizza. There it is. So hopefully some of these organization ideas you might find useful. And I thank you very much for watching this video.